Welcome to Biomania. Today's topic is stamen, microsporangia and microsporogenesis. This topic I have taken from 12th class biology, second chapter, sexual reproduction in flowering plant. You can make notes while I teach. Okay, so let's begin. As you know, stamens are the part of androecium, and androecium represents the male reproductive part of a flowering plant. So let's see what is stamen. So stamen is made up of two parts. First is filament, which is long and slender. Attached to the filaments are the anthers, which bears pollen grains. This filament is attached to either to the petals or the thalamus of the flower. Now let's see what is anther. Anther is bilobed. As you can see in this diagram, this is anther and this is filament. Anther is bilobed, means there are two lobes. This is lobes. Two lobes are there, so it is a bilobed structure. Also, the anther is having two thecas. So, two thecas means it is having two covering, one covering like this and one covering is like this. Here you can see this is one covering and this is one covering. So, anther is dithecous. Two theca means it is dithecous. Anther is bilobed, means it is having two lobes. Also, it is having two thecas, means it is dithecous. The shape of the anther is tetragonal, means you can see this shape. This is the shape of the anther. The shape is tetragonal, means it is having four sides. You can see this is a tetragonal shape, so it is having four sides. So anther is bilobed, anther is dithecous and its shape is tetragonal. Anther, which is tetragonal, has four microsporangia lying on the four corner of the anther. This 1, 2, 3 you can see. So this microsporangia are also called as pollen sacs. So this is a tetragonal shape of a TS of anther. If you take a TS or transverse section of the anther, it's look like this. It looks like a tetragonal shape, and on four corners of this anther there are four microsporangia. So these are the four microsporangia present on the four corner of the anthers. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 microsporangia are present in the four corner of the anther, or you can say on the four corner of each lobe. And this microsporangia later on become pollen sacs. When the anther gets mature, this microsporangia gets converted into pollen sacs, which bear then pollen grains. So now let's see the structure of microsporangium. Microsporangium. If you take the transverse section of anther, you will find that the sporangium appear more or less circular in shape. Outline appears circular in shape, and it is generally surrounded by wall of 4 layers. These layers, let's see. Number 1 is epidermis. The outer one is the epidermis. This is the outer layer. This is the outer layer. This is epidermis. The second layer is endothecum. This is the second layer. This is endothecum, second layer. Inside the endothecum is the middle layer. Inside the endothecum, the third layer is middle layer. This is the third layer. This is middle layer. Now the innermost layer or the fourth layer is the tapetum. Fourth layer is the tapetum. This is the fourth layer. Then this is the tapetum. Now let's see the function of this layer. Okay, so these 3 layers, epidermis, endothecum and middle layer, provides protection and helps in dehiscence of anther, means breaking of the anther to release the pollen grain. The fourth layer, tapetum, it nourishes the pollen grains when they are developing. So the innermost layer, tapetum, nourishes the developing pollen grains. So epidermis, endothecum and middle layer provides protection and help in the dehiscence of anther, and the last layer, tapetum, which is the innermost layer, nourishes the developing pollen grains. Okay, the fourth layer, tapetum, has dense cytoplasm and more than one nucleus. Why this layer is having dense cytoplasm and more than one nucleus? Because tapetum helps in the nourishment of the developing pollen grains. Microsporogenesis. Sporogenesis. In the center of microsporangia, in the center of this is microsporangia. In the center of microsporangia of young anther, there are compactly arranged homogeneous cells, and these cells are called as sporogenous tissue. The cell which are present in the center of microsporangia are called as sporogenous tissue. These are compactly arranged and are homogeneous in nature. As the anther develops, each cells of sporogenous tissue act as a pollen or microspore mother cell. These are acting as pollen or microspore mother cell, and these pollen or microspore mother cells undergo sporogenesis. So stepwise we will see how microsporogenesis takes place. First, this pollen or microspore mother cell, pollen or microspore mother cell, or you can call them PMC, they undergo meiotic cell division. Meiotic cell division. Due to meiotic cell division, each pollen microspore mother cell gets converted into 4 microspores. 4 microspores. They are also called as microspore tetrad. Why they are called as microspore tetrad? Because they are formed in a cluster of 4 cells. Each pollen microspore mother cells undergoes meiotic division and forms a cluster of 4 microspore. Therefore, they are called as microspore tetrad. And this process is called as microsporogenesis. So, what is microsporogenesis? Microsporogenesis is the process by which microspores tetrad is formed from the pollen or microspore mother cell by meiotic cell division. Okay, I will repeat it again. What is microsporogenesis? It is the formation of microspores from pollen or microspore mother cell by meiotic division. I hope you would have understood up to microsporogenesis. We will meet with new topic in the next video. Till then, goodbye.